Welcome, you're watching AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Adirayo Senami. In celebration of the International Workers' Day, Nigeria's Minister of Labour and Productivity, Dr. Chris Ngige, says the federal government is working to protect jobs as part of its plans to sustain the economy and protect workers in both public and private sectors amidst the coronavirus pandemic. The government promises not to lay off any workers, but to create opportunities for 10 million jobs after the pandemic. The minister urged any employer of labour bent on sacking staff to first seek clearance from the Ministry of Labour and Productivity. Ngige said talks are ongoing between the Presidential Economic Sustainability Council and employers on job protection, adding that all relevant factors affecting the nation's workforce will be identified, analysed and tackled to ensure job retention. Ngige praised the workers in the healthcare sector for being on the front lines of the war against COVID-19 and expressed the government's appreciation of umbrella unions like the Nigerian Medical Association, NMA. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control on Thursday confirmed 204 new cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria, 80 in Kano, 45 in Lagos, 12 in Gombe, 9 each in Bauchi and Sokoto, 7 in Borno and Edo respectively, 6 in Rivers and Ogun, 4 cases each in Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa and the Federal Capital Territory, 3 in Kaduna, 2 each in Oyo, Delta and Nasarawa, while Ondo and Kebbi states recorded 1 case each. As at 11:50 p.m. 30th of April 2020, Nigeria has recorded 1,932 confirmed cases of COVID-19. 319 have been discharged, with 58 deaths recorded. Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory Administration is rehabilitating the Gwarinpa, Gudu and Kaura cemeteries with plans to accommodate more bodies. The media aide to the Executive Secretary of the FCDA, Richard Undo, made this known on Thursday, explaining that the reason for the rehabilitation is to prevent a situation where bodies will litter the streets due to a lack of burial spaces in the event that there is a spike in COVID-19 related deaths. Responding to recent protests by some residents of Sand City and Golden Spring Estates, which are close to the proposed site of the district cemetery, Undo says the graveyards pose no threat to residents in their respective areas. The spokesman also clarified that burying the remains of patients who've died from COVID-19 at the cemetery will not endanger residents or contaminate boreholes. According to the FCDA, except in cases of hemorrhagic fevers such as Lassa, Ebola and cholera, dead bodies are generally not infectious. There is also little or no evidence of persons having become infected from exposure to bodies of persons who died from COVID-19. The governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed, has authorized the use of chloroquine for the treatment of COVID-19, adding that he was treated with chloroquine and Zithromax when he contracted the virus as the state's index case. The governor, who announced the authorization while providing an update on COVID-19 at the government house, accepted to take responsibility for any consequences of this action. He also urged the Inspector General of Police to strictly enforce the president's ban on interstate travel. A nursing mother who tested positive for COVID-19 has been declared missing by the Edo State government. Governor Godwin Obaseki, at a media briefing, identified the woman whose baby he says is already coughing as Mrs. Amaka Okoro. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari has extended the tenure of the Interim Management Committee of the Niger Delta Commission, led by Keme Ponde, from May 1st to December 31st, 2020. Special Advisor on Media and Publicity to the President, Femi Adesina, stated this on Thursday in Abuja, adding that the extension is to cover the period of the forensic audit of the NDDC, earlier approved by the Federal Executive Council. According to Adesina, the President has also directed the NDDC to provide a 6.25 billion naira intervention fund for the 9 states of the Niger Delta region to complement the efforts of the federal and state governments in the fight against COVID-19. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the implementation of the Steve Oroson report that recommended the merging of 102 ministries, departments and agencies of government. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, announced this on Thursday, saying the approval is in line with the need to cut the cost of governance. Some of the agencies that are to face outright scrapping and merger include the Petroleum Technology Development Fund, PTDF, the Petroleum Products Pricing and Regulatory Agency, PPPRA, the Petroleum Equalization Fund, PEF, the Ajaokuta Steel Company, and the National Iron Ore Mining Company, amongst others. The Nigerian Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, while speaking at the daily Presidential Task Force briefing on COVID-19 on Thursday, said the federal government is exploring financial models to help the media industry fulfill its functions during the COVID-19 pandemic. Mohammed acknowledged that the coronavirus crisis has ravaged several critical sectors of the economy, including the media and entertainment sectors, which require intervention to meet financial commitments. The minister, however, disclosed that the Central Bank of Nigeria has set aside creative industry financing to ensure the sector is resurrected after the pandemic. An 8-story building under construction collapsed on Thursday in Owerri, the Imo State capital, leaving 2 people dead, several injured, and others still trapped. The spokesman of the State Police Command, Orlando Ikoku, confirmed the incident, adding that a combined team of the police, the Federal Road Safety Corps, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, and officials of the state government are working hard to rescue the trapped workers. Coming up after the break, U.S. presidential candidate Joe Biden to give his first interview addressing sexual assault allegations. Stay with us, details coming shortly.
Hi guys, I know most of us are terrified by the coronavirus and all the misinformation and fake news is not really helping. Now there are many recommended ways to stay safe during this period of COVID-19. One of the most important things, which is I am making sure that as often as possible, I am washing my hands with soap and water for a minimum of 20 seconds. Let me show you how. So rub your palms back and forth, spend some time on each side, and you go on the back of your hands, and make sure you get in between your fingers. This is very important because 80% of communicable diseases are actually transferred by touch. So washing your hands properly reduces the risk of you getting infected. My name is Banky Wellington. Be safe for yourself and safe for others too.
This message is brought to you by the United Nations in conjunction with the Federal Government of Nigeria, the Federal Ministry of Health, the NCDC, and the Banky Wellington Foundation. Take responsibility.
Welcome back. Joe Biden, the presumptive Democratic Party presidential nominee in the United States, is set to personally address sexual assault allegations made against him by former Senate aide. A cable TV network on Thursday said Biden is scheduled to be interviewed about the accusation, which is said to have taken place in 1993. Biden's campaign, however, denies the incident ever occurred. The United States House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi, the top Democrat in the government, defended Biden on Wednesday, highlighting the former vice president's long history of supporting policies to stop the abuse of women. Biden has been under pressure from fellow Democrats to directly respond to these accusations. Los Angeles is offering free coronavirus testing to all residents, becoming the first major city in the United States to do so. Mayor Eric Garcetti of Los Angeles, while making this announcement at a news conference this Wednesday, said residents should not wait to be tested and risk unknowingly infecting others. The testing became available on Wednesday night, and Garcetti said there is no limit on the number of tests residents can get. And that's it on AD4 TV Radio News Updates, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. You can join the conversation on our website at www.ad4tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at AD4TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at AD4TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Adirayo Senami.